Red is green, yellow is always sparkle.
That's your
White is.
Oh, that's gonna be noisy as hell.
So it's going like this.
No, this is each one has a different.
Let's see.
This only goes to purple. That's right.
Where's purple? So this one.
This one is purple. Yeah, it's got purple dots. Okay. So this is the Arduino and the servo plugin.
Okay.
But servos is to get the color.
I see.
Alright, so I'm gonna pull it out.
Okay, then the next one.
That's just
This guy. So I believe this is green and this goes so
weird, like
green goes to green. Yeah, the one that's marked green.
Yeah, this one. And then this one always goes to.
Yeah, you have to stick more than one on there. It doesn't matter. Cool. I might strip that wire before and her sitting right to it.
Yeah.
Wire cutter. Like, it's not that hard to set up once you learn it.
Yeah, it's easy to read.
Should I figure it
Well, that's straight.
No, you can't.
So zero's when it's loud?
Yeah, there's a ladder that
You bring
yeah,
the.
but I didn't bring my entire box. And when I put the releases, I put my crap.
Spark on.
Yeah, what's a spark bar? Is that way? Yeah. And then we're not pictures of me making it, but we have to make it, we can make it use now.
Sure, why not?
If I can find wire. Don't we have like a ton of these? Nice, straight wires.
That sounds hard.
Alright, so they make some light, visualize, cloud. Use all their files and stuff. Check those out, look at them. And then also look in their,
Oh my
figure out
gosh.
how it's gonna lay out. They have, resistor layers. I never use this.
Okay. I mean, is it sensitive enough? You got, like,
That?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I mean, when I use the other one, I don't have to make it.
Yeah, that's what all the, exactly, that's what the stuff built in there is.
Yeah, why do I have some of these things? Like, I built up
Okay.
thing.
Get some analog, like 750 quiet, noise.
There, I stripped it with scissors.
Yeah, scissors.
Yeah.
So to get volume, use the equation this. So try to use this counter right there. So it looks like it goes on both sides.
Yeah, we're good.
So yeah, try to do. First of all, just get rid of that resistor. They say that resistor goes to ground. The way that you have it right now.
Yeah, it's oh, I'm retarded. Like, zero. I'm wrong from that. I don't know if the Arduino one. Turn off. Okay, alright, let's go to the last one. It's red. This is photo resistor. You're gonna grab it and be like, it's right here. You're like, what? Very cheap. Just try to press it out. Yeah, we'll just
Try nothing.
fudge around with it.
Try nothing first. See what it looks like. Then try the
red. Yeah. Resistor.
then try his exercise.
Okay, so setting up the
Then
Arduino
try
is a
the
little
resistor
harder
ground.
because of this guy. Okay. Because this guy got added in post-production. Okay, first of all, take your shoes.
Alright, class, today is going to be workshop day. Right now, everyone keep working. When those other two get back, they just ran to the mailroom to get some supplies. Then I'm going to go over some more specific goals for the day. But for right now, yeah, keep cranking. Cool. So how you guys doing?
I mean, it should be good. I'm just showing how to set it up.
Cool.
Okay, so this guy is the two resistors taped together so that they can share ground. Yeah. So this guy goes in ground, and then the blue one goes in A0, and the other one goes in A1.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so now I have this end. Yay. So these two guys are the ones that go on there. So green goes on the blue resistor.
Okay.
So one wire going in. Make sure they're not touching. And we have like 8 wires coming from there's a lot of different wires to deal with. Right? 8 wires coming from the. Okay. So that actually, don't worry about the box in a minute. Because I just pulled out the resistor.
So, green goes to blue?
Yeah, the blue one goes in A0. It works pretty well.
So you get this set up and you probably have to find something.
Okay, red goes in the ground. The other ground is.
Which ground? There's ground over here. There's 2 grounds.
Yeah, I used to want over here. For some reason, 5 volt goes in the 5 volt. Yellow is always 5 volt, and then green. This green goes in the 9. That's what it is. And we're gonna set up the last minute turbo that it didn't add until the end. Okay.
Okay.
So I believe my color code is still red. Just hooks in the ground. Red just hooks in the ground. I might have these 2 reversed. Yellow goes in the 5 volt, and then the other one goes in the 10. We might have to.
A little bit.
Have you guys ever used header pins?
No,
I don't know what that is.
So it's like a little strip. Oh, Larry!
Oh yeah, also, I have that just in case we want to attract some birds. I got that, found some code to allow you to set keys, like C, D, E, all those.
Cool. And you just got this from Radio Shack?
I've had that for a few years, actually.
Cool.
Before
Well, it looks
college.
like Radio Shack.
It is Radio Shack.
Those girls are going to go to the Radio Shack and get a similar thing for their mouse. Cool.
Alright, go on Google. I emailed us both the code.
Yeah, I saw.
Let me make sure it's the right code. In theory, this should work the first time we ran it. In theory.
Everything works in theory.
Well, I took it apart and put it back together in like 5 minutes last night, and it worked, so the whole thing works. Which porter is the only one that works on your computer?
All of them work until one of them stops working, and then I have to start tweaking it.
Okay. Well, you apparently already have. Oh, it might actually already be uploaded to the Arduino.
Is that my Arduino or your Arduino?
I don't think it has.
No. No, it wasn't your Arduino.
Well, I don't know what code's on that Arduino right now.
I've been looking for this.
Because I haven't been using that Arduino.
Those are just
Oops,
over
sorry.
there.
Oh, these are not.
Yeah, this.
What a worm do? Oh no.
Thank you, Hannah.
You're so welcome. I was like, that's
Man, you lost so much
I
water.
have no idea what's loaded on that Arduino right now.
Yeah, no, there's,
Poor dude.
I'm pretty sure it's... What?
I want to see if I can find another
Think
server.
about how good a job you guys do at taking care of them normally.
We're like,
All over to start out.
the absolute value. You name them all?
Oh, you took a little,
Hi, Maddie. I forgot you were here.
She managed to wrap herself
She managed to get stuck, so...
Seriously.
Yeah, but I forgot to take pictures, so let's take pictures. Kind of like... figure out how to get all of these things back to the Arduino.
Yeah.
And we can switch out sensors, and if I want to add another sensor, we need another. And let me see the code first.
Should I do the Arduino or the folder?
I don't know until I sent both.
I really feel like when they get in here, they get because I see them like circling around themselves.
They're confused in that box?
No, in here.
In here.
It seems like whenever we put them in there, they just do this weird like circle around themselves.
Huh.
I think that's him writhing in pain from the sun.
Can they... They can definitely crawl. You can get traction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at him go.
Yeah, maybe we just need the right worm.
Oh no.
Oh.
He said some pretty intentional.
It sounds like the sensitive readings are both set to arbitrary numbers that work in my apartment, which might go off in here. But, okay, so upload serial monitor. Okay. Alright, so we're doing something wrong. Because they're both reading zeros.
Okay, let's get everyone's attention real quick.
Oh yeah, they're obviously going wrong.
Everyone's attention real quick, up here. Okay, so it's an open lab today, but it's only semi-open. There's some tasks that you need to do today during this lab, okay? You're going to have to make a checklist of things you need to do until you're completely done. That's going to be one thing you're going to have to write together and then snap a picture of and send to me by the end of class today. You're also going to make a script for how you're going to demo your project. This is going to be 2 parts. The actual testing, so when you're out with the squirrels, what are you going to do to see and to document and to prove that your thing works, so that by December, in 2 weeks, you can be like, yeah, look, we made this thing and it's awesome. Then there's going to be the thing you're going to do at our actual presentations. To show how your thing works to people, but with the caveat that it's going to be a restricted time span. It's going to be a weird place, probably the library. There's going to be all kinds of different things. And so how are you going to demonstrate your project like that? Make sense? Then you need to come up with contingency plans. And I'll probably help you guys out with this. I'll walk around and just start smashing up your projects and be like, now what are you going to do? Or I could just say, okay, what happens if your professor comes and he throws away your Arduino or he breaks your plastic on accident? What are your backup plans for all this stuff? To make sure that you have maybe an extra piece of acrylic or something like that, so that everything's in order. Make sense? So other than that, I'm going to be just kind of buzzing between the different groups, trying to see what you guys are doing. And you should be working on your things. And the very first thing to do is kind of just make a checklist of stuff that needs to get done. Okay? Cool. Let's do it, guys.
That looks about a lot more normal. I think that's what those ones are supposed to sound like that. Yeah. Look at that.
Revise your
Let's
sentence.
try. After revising, yeah, but already is.
Well, it's still going
Huh.
down.
Let me check it out.
How much is the delay?
Hold on. I should read my code to figure out what I'm doing. The light pin is A1. Okay, well that's a start. It should be an A1, not A0.
Well, there you go.
I'm just making
Okay.
sure, because I know it's probably because I just messed up.
I need to I need to write down like what goes where just to make sure.
Yeah, because I think that's what I'm messing up with my light maybe in like the wrong resistor. And it could be the touchpad that's setting that guy
I'll have a
off.
whole nother sketch. We'll make a sketch dedicated to just taking it and showing you. Because right now it's weird because you are averaging really quickly and then you're delaying for a second.
Oh, I'm being such a guy. You in A1, so
You can just,
you in ground.
yeah, go ahead, cover it.
Yeah.
Cover it.
So the photoregister pin is
Like that thing that we done.
Oh, your computer's doing a thing. I'm doing the whole thing.
Cool, then just code it
I'll
yourself.
fix it.
So with your analog inputs, sometimes it, call it A5. All the analog inputs are labeled like A0.
So now all of the time, I didn't know if that was just on this troubleshooting.
so A1 is like
I don't think it actually matters that much.
Yeah, okay, so it is the light thing that's not.
That still works.
Okay, I didn't know.
the photoregister, not the lighting photoregister.
So you
Where actually is it? Okay.
It could be easy to install the stuff into a breadboard, or is that just too much?
Well, I already did that, but,
Just have your mini red one.
we can troubleshoot using the mini breadboard.
Thanks.
Here,
Yeah.
could be my resistor's not attached, and that's probably.
Yeah, just do the serial print, analog read.
Yeah, that resistor is definitely not the right one, because the reading is always zero.
So 0 is no light being right?
If you want to get a breadboard or fix it, help with troubleshooting is probably easier.
Also,
And so why,
have you seen my breadboard? A big one?
I probably did have it, I had a lot of stuff.
Okay. You don't need to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, yeah, there's solder.
Yeah, left or right, sorry, I'll go back and find it.
Okay.
I wouldn't put it where we got it, where is your?
Photoregister read.
And those wires. Hey, what are you doing? What's everything have to go on? So if it's 760, that means
760.
0.
Yeah. It looks like.
Think about it.
Yeah, that many T's.
What? What T?
Yeah, that makes sense. Or. Hey!
Where's the one that's down? New. Where's the you? It is not been working since last week. listening, others in there around for something. I get it.
Okay, what happened?
Yeah, I don't know which, I'm pretty sure it's in the brown end of this one. Okay, so A1 Neil. Yeah, it goes with one. So I'm pretty sure that's how it's set up. What have I not done? I totally heard that echo. Oh. Where's the wire? Now, flat line. Shouldn't be hitting zero anymore. Even if I was using the other guy. Man, I think it's frustrating me. That's why I have problems with my laptop, too. Realize what I was thinking the hard part. Okay, well, let's get a different Arduino and just make the photo resistor work. Okay, so. Different, varying levels of troubleshooting. Can you open a new sketch?
Yeah.
Okay, go to Google and Google photo. I know what code that I use to.
Figure out some way to actually get you a real keyboard. This one's broken.
Now all you have to do is copy and paste.
Wait, do you want me to do this?
Just Google, Arduino photo resistor.
first try your other microphone.
I mean, it's reacting. I might try it with the side there.
So the other thing too is, you guys realize right now, beyond just getting this thing to respond to go big numbers when there's a sound, small numbers.
Okay, this is definitely says green on it. Yeah, okay, so that's the problem. It has green on it, so
How did it react?
you're actually right. So the green
So now it looks like
green is
it's
actually the
somewhat
color.
it's a little more decent. But
Not doing anything.
so what I want to see is look through. You're not gonna have to just do.
I mean, the blue
loudness
is higher.
like this, you know.
But it makes sense.
Yeah, you
if
need to do
nothing's
some sort of
happening.
pitch.
I tried to look that up so I can write it in.
Let's try
How
like.
about instead of using resistors all, let's go straight to A0. Oh, it goes right back to,
Look, first of all, look and study what other people are doing. 'Cause people do this all the time.
another has my stop it on Facebook, which is not when you're doing anything here. Where it's also trying having it.
But I'm saying first we're gonna find an example that's just getting a frequency now.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna try to
I guess
copy
we
that
are doing so.
as much as we can.
Now we'll see what's next.
Everything takes tons of work.
But I thought it was something as simple as
No, nothing's simple.
it's literally doing whatever it wants.
What's not higher?
When I got back to work, it went. No, it's supposed to be 0 when it goes darker.
The microphone? I think there's something weird and wrong with the
This
microphone.
is doing what it wants.
Or maybe we're just not treating it right.
Kind
Yeah, I
of,
mean, it
go
used to
go
be,
back
I used
up
to
on that
just
page.
like,
which
oh,
is,
okay.
I
I
kind
goes
of
big numbers. Yeah.
They want to go back and go get another.
So this guy, so what you're gonna be looking for is FFT, those fast correlations. That's when you turn some sort of wiggly set of numbers into like a set of like, this frequency, and this frequency, and this frequency. And that's what's making it. So you can see like, oh, someone's playing 400 hertz.
So somehow this has to go through resistance before it
That's
goes.
what you're gonna need. And then, so you need to study that.
Might go hang out at Acton for a test. Oh, why is it still not ringing? Not the code, it's gonna be the.
Direction?
Still pretty random, and so this is probably too high. I'm assuming we find out, my sound maybe is so loud, it's like, long. That's really random, it should be the same. I was worried about it, it's too loud, the sound. This isn't at the same time.
So-
Can you get another one of these?
You guys seem, you
No, the-
pretty much mastered the bottom surrounded by red phone domain.
Yeah, that's not an issue, it's just microphone input.
Yeah, so you need microphone input and analysis. Those are two still separate things that you have to tackle. You also need, mouse making a noise, picking up some sort of buzzer thing.
I was telling her earlier, so we're gonna buzzer, we're just gonna plug some of the ground bars to the battery. We're gonna have to plug it then, have like 8 wires coming off of it, so it kind of matches the spot on the front. And then have 8 different wires coming out of positive to the battery, and then have them all very close to each other. Connect it.
So there's some things you're gonna need to watch out for too, which is some piezo buzzers are like speakers where they need input that vibrates. And on really quick or certain things to make a sound.
This
Otherwise,
one
it's just
is the
like,
actual photo.
but then there's other ones where you just feed them like some sort of voltage, and then they go.
That's what I was looking. There's some like this one. No, there was. It's just still doing what it wants. There's like a piezo vibration buzzer. Was that weird? Also, that. This one goes in the ground.
Yeah, I'm thinking they might actually.
This one already has it in the strip.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. It might be the opposite. Is what you want. Because like this thing, you see how it says like 1500 to 300 hertz.
Yeah. What do we just do?
It might be that you can take different
Non-grounded side.
frequencies, send them, but that you still need to
This has stopped for whatever reason. Oh,
So Larry has this thing right over the box. If you were really nice, I bet he would let you borrow it. Try to experiment.
okay.
Say you just put it battery.
What
So maybe
what
that's
did
what you
you
guys
just
want
do,
to tackle
computer?
today in class is, getting access to the circuitry inside your mouse.
Work.
And trying to make it sound.
Okay.
Okay.
How does this work, okay?
What's up?
Maybe we should ask Andy, because I don't know why this photoresistor is suddenly not working.
Because of the light?
The code's fine.
Nice.
I know.
I'll be right with you guys in a second.
Like go into the other box, and then after a while just backtracks.
So worst case scenario, we replace the photoresistor, but.
It's not gonna like close on him. He's still in the other one. And he gets over in there and just kind of feels around. The light shining through the glass of the acrylic seems to not affect him.
Ah, okay.
It does block out like the spectrum.
Yeah, I was thinking that, especially when you were telling me that they need the full white light. So yeah, you might need to do some mounting the LEDs through the plastic a little bit. That won't be too bad. It'll look kind of nice.
And it kind of has to be full coverage. Because if you like leave a dark corner in the...
Gotcha. So like if you were putting it on the sides, you would definitely want like, this side and that side covered or something like that. Cool. Well, the plus side of it not going through the acrylic that well is that then you will still kind of have these isolated boxes of light.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I'm going to try to help out these guys a little bit.
Yeah. So we're
Okay,
back at
dudes.
the basics. The reason our thing isn't working. Maddie!
Hey, Maddie.
Quit. Maddie, get down. Okay, so. Okay, she just wants in your lap. Larry, you want to hold the dog?
Yeah, hold the dog.
We're basically going back around zero because our photoresistor can't get it working. It's doing whatever it wants, even when I take it out of the the full thing. So this is his photoresistor, and he's not plugged in right now. This is the green wire, which is the analog, right? So the green wire is the analog, and the yellow wire is its power, which is over here. So power can't be wrong. That's pretty
Okay.
obvious. And the circuits are right, like the basic circuit that I had working last night with my code was right there. But I can't get it when I actually attach it. I can't get it to read anything but 0, no matter where I stick this guy.
So you're over there.
So now it's 0. And it was totally reading things last night. It's just 0 means there's no light, period.
Uh-huh.
So help us make the photoresistor work. 'Cause this is slowly be as hard.
Let's see. Are you sure that you have? Can you get the multimeter?
Yes.
Cool. Let's grab that. I want to make sure that maybe that there's not a
Yeah.
connection broken in this guy.
He could have broken while I was bringing him. That would suck.
What is this? Alright.
It's just soldered and then taped so it can't touch.
Cool. You ever used heat shrink tubing?
No, I like
What could be-
electrician's tape.
Okay. Seems a lot harder. Calm. The other one goes with V.
So I guess you could. These guys are the ends of the photoresistor. So
Okay.
theoretically, right? This is not good. It could. I could answer my calls all the way if this is the one attached to the touchpad, which this is the touch. Well, let's see. Let's just find out. Nah, it still only makes light
Hold on, leave it on there.
when I mess with it. Let's see. No, it's still ignoring me.
Okay, well we're gonna find out real quick. Let's
Okay,
talk in a while.
let's pull this guy, the pressure pad out of the way, so that I don't
Okay.
confuse things. So you're still attached, and pressure pad is working this time. Okay, you're over here. And this is for this circuit. So there are a bunch of different ones. So this guy is 5 volt.
Yeah, those are 5 volts.
Okay. So, and right now, that's fine. I just want to make sure there's a good connection. Put that on there. Touch this to.
I'm gonna touch it to the this end. That would be perfect.
So this is going to this wire right here, right?
Right.
And it should be going up all the way and touching one of these two sides of this photoresistor, right?
Right.
So I'm not getting a. What? There we go.
Oh,
Okay. So that is the right side of this photoresistor. I just want to make sure there's not a break in this wire or
Yeah.
something, or up here.
now
Alright,
you
so we have
got
that.
it.
Under
Oh, okay. So
Oh no. Do you have a paint pen with you?
no.
We have a bunch in the back.
Oh, one of those.
I'm just gonna mark which side up here is which, since it gets get lost in
black tape.
the. Yeah. Okay, so we have that. Now, can you hook up this to the green one?
Okay. It's for real. It is.
Yeah, you just hold it if you want. Okay. Cool. Okay, so that wire's down.
Okay, let's try it through the
Well, so what I want to try right now
through the four.
is I want to try a slightly more
Yeah.
advanced thing.
Can we try it like this is going through this wire,
Okay.
so it has to go through that wire to get back to the Arduino,
Okay, so it's one end.
and the yellow is still.
Where is the?
And we skip that wire with the.
So this is now going. What is this black wire?
This black wire.
Is connecting to a green wire. Is connecting to this.
Let me think about this. I'm getting lost in my. Okay, so it should be green is attached.
Sometimes you might want to.
Red. Okay, so we got red. So this.
Camera? I think. Yeah, yeah.
So this is red, and it should come out down at this end as red over here.
Okay.
So it should come down out here now. And then yellow isn't back in the big one yet.
So I just want to see if it. Alright, that wire's sound.
Okay.
I want to see if your photoresistor is working right now. And so the way we can test that is
Take it out.
we can actually. So I'm going to measure one side, and the other side I'm just going to measure the resistance.
Okay.
Right? I need to make sure that these are clamped together.
Or for forever.
Take it. I actually might get that, but I can't find any paint pens.
They're in the drawer. We have like a crack on them.
Oh wait, I think I know where they are. I was looking in the wrong drawers.
Can you actually? You want a game?
Yeah.
Nice.
Got them all the way around.
I do like. I was telling Katie about how I like the instantiation of the game now is like this collaborative game with you and the worm. It's nice. Yeah, it's not you against the worm anymore. It's you with the worm.
It's like a new way to interact with worms where before you couldn't interact with them.
Yeah.
It's like they become a pet.
Nailed it.
It's a smart pet trick.
Okay, so now let's get a light. Okay, so like this is working. So you see the resistance is really high when I have it covered and it's dark. I let it go and it drops a lot.
Okay,
So we know the photoresistor works.
Okay, let's try. Alright, so Arduino should be this. Okay, so that just goes in the 5 volt, the yellow one.
Yep.
So let's try without it. We need one for sure. And the other one goes into A0. And it's reading 0.
Are you reading the right port? Is your program correct?
Yeah, it's reading A0.
LDR pin.
It's the most basic, just because I were trying to troubleshoot, and I know, oh, there's a 0.6 in there. Like, without the resistor, the reading should be too high, and think.
This should give us random noise. Okay, good. So we're definitely reading from the correct thing.
Why does it give you random noise?
Because the air is actually being like polarized and stuff from like this port just sitting there. And so it's getting different readings from that. Let's pop that resistor back in.
Okay.
Did you guys try switching up
I'm retarded because it should be in 5 volts.
which one goes where? We're using the wrong.
That should make a difference.
Okay.
And
So that's at 1023. So
Yeah.
basically, all the voltage is running over here, and it's just basically giving 5 volts to A0.
alright.
Which is kind of what we'd expect it to do.
Okay, so gold goes into A0, the gold end of this resistor, and the black end goes into ground.
Resistors don't matter which side.
They don't.
No. Yeah, you can put
I
them in
just
any
copy the pictures, okay?
Cool. Well, good. Helps to be
Not-
diligent.
Not going in. It's too bendy instead of.
That's just my.
Are you guys able to make? Is that your buzzer thing?
Yeah, you can set it. You can set it to do different frequencies too. You can make like.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Depending on how high frequency of how much it vibrates, but
There's one that's not
there's
doing
I
something.
mean, it's an obscure enough frequency that you don't pick it up.
Yeah. Cool, but it does it just from being powered? I can just jam that in
Yeah.
there.
Oh, you just jammed it in? It's like cheating.
Cool, that's a good sign.
That's doing something now.
so it goes from 500 to 200.
Perfect, right?
Alright, so why was it not working?
My guess is we had something.
It wasn't working like even.
So it was just
on
saying
this
0,
Arduino.
right?
Yeah.
My guess is that you had something hooked up crossing this wire that was grounding it. There
Well,
was
I
some
did it
sort
just
of
like
thing.
on this guy. Without, like, the first thing I did was take it off of the big Arduino.
What I'm saying is, like, because it used to be hooked up to like all these other different doohickeys, right?
Okay, well let's, I'll hook it up to the main guy, to this thing, and
Okay.
see if I can get it
Yeah,
working.
get it up to the other Arduino. This one's mine, that one's yours.
This is the same resistor, right? No, that's not. Alright, Larry.
So if you're going with the tape labeling system, what I would recommend.
Look at, like, this end shows you, like,
Uh-huh.
this is grounded in red, and
Okay.
this is, red is the photoresistor.
Well, if
Actually,
you
I might be
have,
lying. The photoresistor knows what color it is.
if you have problems with writing on that little surface, you can always just fold the tape over and make a little flag. You know what I mean?
That's smart. Oh, whichever one the
You know, almost like this, but
pressure pad is not.
Like-
Okay, this is green. Help me remember that this is green, Larry.
Okay, the
Always green.
photoresistor's always green.
Okay. I keep forgetting. It's bad.
we have different colors of wire.
Yeah,
Or maybe you guys
but
are
I
already
needed
using
a
them all?
lot. I needed a lot of wire, so I think right now we'll just use A0. We'll make it run to the big circuit without running. I'm gonna do this again, and it's gonna break.
Okay, also Mary, still though, before we finish, we have to... Want me to work on that?
Do you want to work
Yeah.
on that? Because I'm don't think you can fix this. And I keep forgetting what color this is. Okay, it's green. Okay, green goes here.
So, Andy, actually, question.
Yeah.
My plan for like the actual testing was literally just to sit outside for a few hours and just or maybe a few hours until it works. And if it doesn't work, then would that be?
Well, what you should do is put food near the
Yeah.
triggers.
Yeah, you need to think of like, instead of just having just general like, I'm gonna sit for a long time idea, think about different little micro accomplishments you can chop it into. A, has a living creature that's not human ever triggered your pressure pad? Exactly.
I can't remember the color.
Remember, Mary, the photoresistor is green.
So like, just seeing like, you know, maybe it's not even your whole system,
Yeah.
but just hooking up something like this and, you know, having it turn on a light when a squirrel gets near or something like that. Have you mounted it in a tree yet?
No, I haven't mentioned it in the tree yet.
A little bit. It's not
Figuring
that
out
bad.
how it's going to attach. So you need to break it down into all those little micro goals
Okay.
before you just do the complete macro goals like, well, here it is, working, nope. So try to figure out every, you know, and then break those things down too, like mount it in a tree. Which parts can you mount in a tree? How are you getting power to it? How do you get power to it outside? All those kind of things. It's like break it down all those very small things. Is this going to be your analog output reader?
Yeah.
Nice.
Alright. It might be a little angry right now because there's. Okay. Tools, serial monitor.
And there might be things like you guys were talking about how maybe there's hard-coded values that you have from like in your apartment or something like that.
Yeah, well, that's easy to fix.
Well, but what you might want to also do is make a simple calibration routine in your Arduino itself.
Where is the photo?
So like whenever you turn your Arduino on in the setup, it does like reading ambient light for like some sort of loop, and then it's like, okay, that's what the ambient light level is, and you know, it can go from there.
Okay.
So those kind of things are like little things that can be very helpful. Cool.
Yeah, this is starting over. Oh, that would help because 5 volts not plugged in. I've just done so many weird things to this. I need to take it off.
So,
Okay.
header pins are. You ever seen like?
Wait.
There's male and female header pins. These right here are female header pins soldered onto a bare Arduino board. These right here are male header pins that are also soldered on there. You can get these lines of these pins, and you can snap them to be like, okay, I want 5, and then the whole thing can sit in there. So what you can do is you can solder your wires to be like, okay, I need this resistor in this thing to be glued into exactly this spot. And then you can always, if you need your Arduino out, you can pop out this whole set of pins.
Yes.
So you never have to worry about the order that you're putting them in. That kind of thing. If you come to my office hours or something, when do you guys want to come?
Actually visited office hours before class Thursday.
I knew it stopped running. I hate your computer, Larry. Why does your computer arbitrarily decide I don't like Arduino?
Do you want to come Wednesday?
Wednesday. What time?
It's gonna be difficult, but we will.
Well, I can definitely make it.
Okay, what time do you want to, are you
I
planning?
don't exactly remember office hours, though, but I should have.
They're listed as 2 to 4.
2 to 4?
Okay, well that's absolutely can't because I have class starting from 2:30. I guess I could come at 2.
Okay, that sounds alright.
This class in. Okay, no.
And I can come a little earlier too, at like 1:30 or something.
Okay, so it's a Wednesday.
We
You
can
said
work
2 to
things
4.
out.
I have class at 1 to 2. Then 2, I can go from 2 on. Yeah. So yeah, I'll be there a bit after 2.
Okay, so let's aim at like, I'll be there at like 1:45.
Okay.
And then Mary, maybe you can come in at like 1:45. And so then like, I can stay a little extra later with Larry because you'll probably have to take off at like what, 2:20 or something like that.
Yeah.
To go to your class. Does that sound
Alright.
good?
We're both in CS though at 2, right?
Yeah. But,
Well, CS in at 2.
alright, it's ignoring me again, and it's not in the loop. It's just following these wires, and I know these wires work.
Alright, well, I'll see you guys at 2 o'clock then tomorrow. And I can have some of these header pins that I can give you that you can hopefully sort more of your stuff out a little bit more easily with.
Thank you. You give us a lot, Andy.
Good.
You give us a lot of things.
I don't understand why it's not working and just running the basic code. And it's just doing, okay, so that's just going through and not having any resistance. That's what it should
So
do.
that's doing 1023.
That's what it should be doing, right?
Nice.
But when I put the resistor in,
Cool. Alright, so you guys keep troubleshooting and come up with your good checklist of everything you need to do.
Why it doesn't work.
Uh-huh.
It should be exactly the same as what I just did. And okay, it's resisted, so it's down to 300, which is, but when I put my finger over it, it doesn't change at all.
Are you...
And,
so, we've proved it's something in the middle of
well,
this.
not necessarily, because it's exactly what it was doing 2 minutes ago.
Well, but, so I think we've proved it's not exactly what we were doing 2 minutes ago. We have a Dremel in the lab at TSRB. Okay. There's a Dremel in the prototyping lab also. And I have a Dremel at home. Yeah. Like here now? No, I don't. What do you want the Dremel for? Okay. Let's look at your thing and plan out some wiring a little bit.
So in our testing, basically you have to
Nice.
coat the entire area with light.
In your testing, you want to coat the whole area with light?
Yeah. So
What's the
we
whole
want,
area?
light coming this way, light coming this way, light coming this way.
Okay.
So
Otherwise,
I think
it
he goes and gets in a little dark corner.
So you want maybe 3 lights per
Yes.
side. First thing I have to show you real quick was, while we're on that topic
Hello, interwebs.
Have you tried hacking into your?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What does it have?
Those are just 3 volts total, so it's a lot of that. So I mean, these guys are small enough to get something like that. I would tell you already.
Oh, okay, cool. So you're just gonna use it as your own battery. Nice.
Yeah.
So when I was talking about.
Added another microphone onto it too. Because your other one is soldered on there, and it works.
It works?
Yeah. There's the microphone.
The microphone on the board was
Yeah.
broken. Interesting.
Yeah. I was really working on soldering.
Good troubleshooting, guys.
Yeah, I'm trying.
So all of these things are going to have their listed characteristics. So this guy will be doing 5 volts. It'll power your Arduino. It'll power everything totally fine. Only 1 amp though. So I forget how much each one of those. 300. So we can only get 3 of those lights going on with this, and that's not even including like the servos or anything.
Yeah. Do you want me to look up the one that I actually have?
Here, this one's getting skinny.
Yeah, sure, that'd be great.
Okay.
I'm sticking it back in.
Good worm care, guys.
They get so
Never keep
dehydrated
them
so
exposed to
quickly.
light for more than an hour.
That'll be interesting. How long do you anticipate the gameplay going?
I mean, it took like 15 minutes.
Cool. Okay.
And if we have all the light, like, already ready.
Yeah, it was us moving the lights around a lot too.
Uh-huh.
Just to like, he would get to one corner and we'd light up the next corner.
With the, I'm looking at the, like, deliverables and stuff right now, you just want us to post it online like we've been doing, like, and I should know.
You mean for Thursday?
Yeah, like the best way to, like.
Look at the deliverables. I've been looking at this for a while. Okay.
And then, but I was like, leaving some notes about like how the light like affects worm and stuff. Like, do you want us to post
The
like,
exact same thing
I guess
with
we
the
format it how we want, like kind of like things going along the way, or like do it like bullet point or list, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It needs a different.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't know what you meant by short essays. So.
I think I'm yanking at in replacement of. They were just gonna be really short things. We'll have the Amy Young's things replace those.
Okay.
And I'll have you guys do. I'll have you guys do those little essays over Thanksgiving break or something.
Okay. We are going to be like documenting like how we work. What we
But that was just gonna be like one little one-page thing. But yeah, so I think I'll make an announcement to the class. Can you leave those requirements pulled up?
Yes.
The class, what we're
This
doing.
being on the inside here, I changed nothing.
Okay, class, attention really quick. Attention. So Thursday, you guys have things to do, right? Your deliverables are listed on the website, on the T-Square, and all kinds of things. What you need to basically do is, I want to see a decent illustration of, so like a hand-drawn or like machine-drawn thing, but not just a photo, but an illustration of like how your concept is going to work as it is now. So that's like one thing. It's listed right here. Somewhat polished interaction illustration. That can be a storyboard. It can just be a diagram that shows like squirrel goes here, this thing gets triggered, you know, an annotated diagram kind of thing. So that's one thing that you're going to need to do, and it's going to be part of your presentation. Another thing that you'll need to do is the rest of your presentations on Thursdays are just going to be showing us as well as you can what your present working state is of your device. So like you're going to have your polished illustration of like, hey, this is what we're going to do. Now that we've seen what's possible, what's broken, what doesn't work,
and then you're going to present like, here's what we have done, here's what we still need to do. That's pretty much all you need to present on Thursday, yeah?
Does Thursday need to be a completed project, or does it need to be 100% completed?
Thursday needs to be completely functional,
Yeah.
but people are going to fail, as you know. Things are going to break. But you need to have
Game plan for those failures by Thursday.
you need to have it working as completely well as you can, because basically after Thursday we have Tuesday,
Yeah.
then we have no days. Then it's Thanksgiving, then it's like maybe one more day of class, then it's like presentations. Yeah, there's like 1 week left. So it needs to be pretty much working Thursday. But so you need to present it and show it what everything's going, what you need to, it's more you need to present what you need to polish up next. Like you guys should have a thing that makes sound, a thing that can detect the sound.
It just might need to be a little polished. But
By Thursday. Yeah, so like, you know, maybe like you have like all these like wires and craziness sticking out, or like you noticed when your cat is playing with it that because of where you put the speakers, it's top heavy and it falls over or something. But the functionality needs to be there for all your components, because then you're going to spend just this last little bit of time polishing up everything in order to show it off and document it. Make sense?
So do we need to have like, I'm assuming we need like video of the cat playing with it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You need to show your thing interacting in whatever its place is going to be.
Stuff went really low.
So you need video, you need, you know, it lists what you need there,
That's
but
everything now.
you guys are expert documenters now. You know that you need probably some video, you probably want some pictures, you want some drawings, and then just some simple bullet points. You don't have to go crazy town and like polishing up your presentation. Just have the content there on Thursday and be able to talk about and share with us what your thing is doing. And then the final part of Thursday is you need your thing up here and running and kind of doing your baby proto demo that you'll eventually do in like early December. Make sense?
Yep.
Cool. Da-da-da-da. And I'm nixing the short essay part, so don't worry about that right now, okay?
Touchpad is working. Alright, now the final paper, or do you need to
The final paper still stands. Part 3 had a short essay component with it, but I'm nixing that. Uh-huh.
Apparently, like the highest you can get is a 9
Uh-huh. So there's a chance that, first of all, they'll still all turn on. They'll just be somewhat dimmer.
Okay.
So like, when did your things come in yet? Okay. Gotcha. Test them out. It's, you know, it's always safe to underpower things. Usually. Is that always true? I think usually. Unless like you're underpowering your servo that holds the knife from falling onto your own head or something like that. That'll be our exception.
Even if the server goes,
Uh-huh.
like it'll be fine.
Well, so the servo, I don't think it's going to be a slowness about how it works. I think it'll be a strength kind of thing. I think the servos will, because you got little ones, right? I think they'll be okay. And they're not moving much of a load. It's going to be more so about like, if it's underpowered, it's just going to be like, it's not even going to like move it, versus like, it's going to go fast or it's just going to go slow. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. Yeah, I don't know. Test it out with your current power supply. I think I have like a 3 amp power supply. I can look around for you guys too.
So, like, would that hurt the Arduino?
So Arduino has a really good page about like what power supply is right for me. They actually list like, it's actually pretty robust. I think 2 amps is actually the max before you start worrying about hurting it. But like, I know I just like Googled like what power supply for our Arduino, and they just have this great little page. It's just like, you can use these, kind of thing. So that works out.
I'm gonna try to make a stop motion video.
Cool. Oh, nice. Rad. You guys are like cooking just in this one little like day.
We're trying. Okay, we've been trying to cook for a long time.
So what are you trying to do?
I need the buzzer so that we can touch that and start making noise in here. We're using aluminum foil as conductive.
Okay. You mean for the cat to touch?
Or I guess because the cat's inevitably going to touch it if it's on top of the mouth, and then that's going to
So
cause
we're
the
gonna use
sound.
aluminum foil because I conveniently already had that, and it's pretty.
Do you have your soft buttons that you made in soft circuit class?
Yeah.
I think those might be better
Yeah.
because, so I'm not 100% sure if, so there's one idea where, do you have your mouse? Where's your
Yeah,
mouse?
right there. Well, he doesn't have his wheels on him right now because they're down there, but that's all right.
So, there's the idea of making it like complete a connection, right?
Yeah.
Where, you mind if I tear this?
Yeah, totally fine. I'm ripping it up last night. I couldn't find scissors, so. There was scissors here last night. I know, I don't know where they went.
But so, that was the idea of, you know, like, okay, we have a break in our circuit, but maybe when the cat happens to put its paw across this, it completes the connection,
Yeah.
right? Problem with that is the cat's going to have to very specifically touch it
Yeah,
as
that's what I
one
was
part,
thinking.
and that might not work that easy. Whereas the buttons, the soft buttons that you made, they're like a sandwich, right?
Yeah.
And they don't go until you get just some sort of general pressure, and then it squeezes through. So I think that design might be more robust than having to worry about the cat touch a very specific place.
That's what I
Where
was
you
thinking
have,
of maybe
like-
potentially being able to make a soft button with the aluminum foil. So
like if you had something where it's like the
Could have like aluminum foil on the bottom and then aluminum foil underneath this and just cut a hole in the side, like a big holes in the side.
yeah, maybe.
Use
And
the
then whenever it gets like
wing.
squeezed there,
No, the cat has to like catch it instead of just like kind of grabbing the tail.
yeah.
Catch the mouth.
I don't know how well your cat's gonna be able to do that though, you know. Let's see. What other ways can we figure out if just like basically the cat's gonna.
I would
one
say
idea.
batting.
Yeah, it's like batting, like touching it, right?
I have this thing that I ripped out of my hat's too tough. This was in like the switch for my light that I was using. I just ripped it out. It was a switch. It would be like open and then it closed and be like
Okay.
connected. So
If there was an Arduino in it, you could make it do the capacitive sensing, where that's where like, you know, like with the touche thing,
Yeah.
where you just have one conductive surface, and even if you get kind of near it, it changes. But you don't need to do a full touche thing, you would just do capacitive sensing, which is basically like when something that can absorb electricity touches it, it kind of sucks some of the electricity away in this time period, and that's how it knows if something's touching. Then you could just cover the whole thing in some sort of conductive thing like this aluminum foil, and then whenever the cat touches it, no matter how hard or if it's grabbing in a certain way, it'll know about that. But then you would still need the AT Tiny in there. and you would need to program.
Yeah.
And then hook up the wires to this thing and hook up the wires to that, which would get a little tricky.
So I'm trying, since we're suppressed, I'm trying to avoid that.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe I could just put the aluminum foil on the outside of this thing, just cut giant slits in this, and have the wires running underneath it.
Another idea, too, is you cover it with, you know how like you want to complete a circuit, but
Yeah.
before we just had like, okay, complete a circuit right here.
Yeah.
So what you can do is you can have like wires that go across it, maybe
Yeah.
just like bare wires.
Yeah.
Every other wire is like the positive side or the negative side. So like you zigzag them back and forth, and so then if I touch it here, I make a connection between those two neighboring wires, or here, or here, or here. Does this make sense?
Yes, it does.
Make sense? So like, can I draw in your notebook? Did we do something?
No, we got it.
So like, let's say this is the side of the mouse, with the whole fluffy tail. I'm just gonna draw it in. Before we could have like some sort of, let's say this is hooked up to the positive wire, and this is hooked up to the other side. We'll call it the negative wire right now, but just to complete the connection. And before, like I put my paw there, and then maybe it completes the connection between those two. What we could do is have our positive wire come here, and then go across, and then like up, and then like back this way, and like up, and this way or something. And then what we do, we have our negative wire, it comes in, and it's always very close to that other wire, but it's just never touching.
Yeah.
And so you can kind of coat the surface, where now if I touch it here, here, or any of those places, I make the connection complete. And so if you can get them close enough to each other, it'll still be responsive.
So I'm doing it with the positive negative wire, so have it, so both red. Connect two red wires, so we have.
No, that's how you're supposed to do it.
Okay, I was
That's
like-
why I'm just calling it positive and negative right
Just
now, but
to
it's not.
differentiate.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the way to do it.
Okay.
So like each one of these would be hooked up
Like
to
really
things that are
close.
very close, all the way across your.
And the cat just like, I mean, I don't even think the cat would have to complete the circuit, just the cat even moves in the slightest, like.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and so what you might want to do is.
I'm afraid that it's not going to stay, like the sound, the cat might like go. I guess this would have to pick up a
But that's okay.
split second of it.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't have to play that long for it to be able to be like, okay, that sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like a fax machine. Hopefully I
I'm
don't
glad
get
that you
back.
guys got the microphone working.
Yeah, it's just the other side.
It's pretty rad.
Right there.
Cool.
Yep. Now I have two, double
Nice.
double the input. Yeah. I was determined not
Yeah,
to.
I don't think the time should be that big of a factor.
I also don't think the cat will hold it for that long.
Yeah.
And if he does, it doesn't count, didn't catch it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you gotta overcome your fear, Cat, of the scary sound.
Yeah.
Another thing you do is,
Is it alright if we just have one mouse?
I'm trying to think.
For the sake of money.
Because the flare
really.
doesn't need this, we'll
Uh-huh.
just use this one for now.
Mhm.
So if we don't have gas in the car. And then go when I want to get gas, just buy a new one. We can do that. Because yeah, for the sake of money, it'd probably be about $20-$30 more for to use two mice than just one. And it might be, the cat might, I don't know, if the cat gets afraid of this mouse, then we'll be like, just two. But you can also use two if you think two would make a better, better interaction.
so you're gonna always have.
We're always going to have the one hanging. I already have one for
Okay.
that. And once it hits the one that's hanging, this one's going to be released. And once it captures this one, it'll either spin and release another one, or we can make it spin and give it a cat. So,
Or if they don't like focus on
at least
getting
just
this
getting
one
working.
working and
Okay, I guess just depending on how long that takes.
Yes.
Do another mouth no.
Yep.
Okay. That sounds good to me.
What else? I was thinking for the wiring and the patching. What time is it?
It is
1:21. Okay, got it.
Everybody make their checklist.
We have a checklist.
They have in the Dwig lab too, that 325 lab that we did the soft circuits in. We have like conductive yarn and thread and stuff like that. So what you can do is you can take like the leads of one of those, and you can make it into a loop. You tie it. You can tie a piece of yarn to it, and then do either of you guys sew it all? You can actually sew this yarn onto the edge of this, so it's still kind of like fluffy, and then also those connections might be easier to make between the sides of the thing, because it's easier for fluffy things to touch each other than the hard things. You have to have a really good contact.
Yeah.
So you might want to try that.
Will we be able to access that lab?
If you go up there during the day, you can pretty much ask any of those like PhD students and those like Carols on the other side to let you in and say that Andy, you're Andy's student.
Made us do it.
Yeah, he made you.
What? Okay, it's in TSRB.
And I'll be there all day tomorrow.
All day tomorrow?
Yeah.
We could do tomorrow, but I feel that's kind of too close. Especially with having a film and demo.
That's true.
I'm class at 6.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe you just want to try to get just some wire right now, just to see how that works.
Just do it.
Yeah.
And then I guess, could that be one of our fix-ups later on?
Sure.
Just have wires?
Yeah, like I said, it's mainly functionality right now. So you want to make sure, like, especially that a cat paw will trigger it, because I'm not sure how good they are at making a connection. It's kind of like fluffy and weird and stuff.
Yeah.
And so you might need to make it somewhat different. Maybe you'll have to do something where it's like the wires all have like some sort of like flap that sticks out. There's lots of these little flaps, and then normally just because of springiness they stick out a little bit. When a cat touches them, then it closes the circuit. So you might need like a mechanical trigger. It's going to take some messing around with.
Yeah.
Cool.
It could have like this, and it's all the way over here at the butt. This is at the head. All the wires from this are just going this way. All of these wires are just going that way. Like if there's more wires, have a ton of different wires.
Sure.
All going this way.
Yeah.
And then I feel like it doesn't even matter because the cat just touches any of them together.
Yeah.
It's close enough, like what you were saying.
Well, we got to make sure that like it's not like, because a cat's hand is not like your ape hand that you have.
That
It's
can
all
like wrap
curved.
around things. It's just like.
Well, your ape hand is all hairless, and so like cat hand is maybe more like it's got some fur on it, with like little bits of unhairless parts. So like right now, I'm not making a connection, and right here, I'm not even really making a connection. Right?
So you want to? You're saying you want the cat's paw to make the connection between the circuit. So I was saying like the cat is like. I mean, when the cat touches it, inevitably things are going to move. It's not going to stay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So like if there's a thing where it's like, let's say this wire is sticking up always slightly above that, and then when the cat touches it, then it beeps. But so like you could do it where you have a bunch of those wires going one way. Then you have these wires going across
like
the other wires.
perpendicular?
Yeah, like perpendicular. But there's like little spongy things on like this side and this side, so that it normally keeps it off. But when the cat happens to touch it, it overcomes the sponginess, and then it makes the connection.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Good luck, guys.
Thanks. Think on this. It's going to be.
Hard things?
It's not going to be as bad as this.
Cool. Didn't that thing just rain like a minute ago? Do you want to work on this one? What?
Yeah. I can. You can study through tap consult things if you want to.
Pretend that somebody is walking up to you. Hi, I'm Dean Royster. What does this do? And you're like, oh, hello. Would you like to play this game? You know, your script could be like, I have a worm, I have a thing. That is all. Figure it out yourself, Dean. Or you can be like, okay, first we're going to like, give them a little spiel about what it's about, and then be like, okay, we're gonna load a word here, here, and here, and then you try to like, Or maybe for like you can come up with like, okay, the longer term, a way to explain like the longer term game takes like 20 minutes or something, versus like, okay, can you just move from one box to another? How you gonna make like a shorter game to show that? Okay. Well, isn't the person controlling the
But
lights?
he's not using this one now. So we can
Oh.
go back and another one.
How do the lights work then?
We need to create a script breakers.
These all just have power in and out. So there's not really as hard.
Yeah.
Trusting with what?
It's really like this plugging thing in. I don't know why that sucker wasn't working.
What?
You can make buttons out of thing buttons.
I figured it doesn't work. Do it once and try it.
So I mean, like,
It doesn't work.
you can do something where
Take
it's
it
like
out and put it, I gave you
maybe
guys
on
and put it on another thing.
like
Jake
with
said he
your
might
lights
have a
what,
soft
on the
thing.
sides or you can bottom?
So I guess
Sides?
chop off the
Because the thing in the middle is literally disconnects this wire, and it's really long. So, yeah, do you want to see that wire? You want to like show you the tape or in the bottle?
Yeah. I can make an illustration.
No buttons is a guideline to make sure that you're actually doing something interesting with the animal. What I would say is think about how the control works. That it's not maybe it's not just going to be like, oh, turn this button off and turn this button off. Maybe it's like I only have 3 buttons.
Yeah.
And
So you still
when
have
I
to
press
from our
this one, like this light and this light and this light turns off. And then when I press the other button, this light and this light turns off or something like that. So it's not just a one-to-one, it becomes a game for kind of the human to figure out too.
So we need to figure
Cool.
out how to do it great. And make the connection out.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, I gotta go.
Exactly. Yeah. So the button thing is basically like flyers. Yeah, exactly. Cool. Sounds good.
I was
Guys, how's it going?
potentially use
I got it working. I took a video of it working to prove it, and I changed nothing. I just worked the second time I tried it.
Oh, there he is.
Flipping cable.
Cool. Figure out your list for things that you need by
Yeah,
Thursday
right
for
on
yourself.
my leash.
And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. Cool.
Robert, too. Don't forget Mary.
Bye guys, good luck.
Thanks.
Don't forget to turn off that sound again.
Oh, yeah, we'll turn it off now. I don't think we're using it anymore. Let's see if there's maybe like a plastic or something. I think like.
It knows it has a battery, but it can't connect to it for some reason.
Like, see how these all work? Even the slightest touch.
Hey.
Hey.
I'm thinking we could do something like this. Okay. So let's set it. And then, let's get some pretty, where are the really thin wires?
Yeah, so they should be in that box.
They're not in that box anymore.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be sweet.
Here we are.
Yeah, I love the Coen Brothers. It's great to see things before you have any knowledge of them.
Yeah,
I
totally.
mean, I know just a teeny bit, but I haven't been
Yeah.
advertised to.
I don't even know how to pronounce the name. Ludwig?
Yeah, go ahead and strip it. How long? Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, the bounce is only this long. So, oh my god. The whole thing.
No.
Yeah, as much as you can. If you don't get the whole thing, I'll do it. Send your full project.
I'm like 2/3 of the way down to King.
Yeah. Well, I switched ideas. I want to take half of the food. Well, that's not bad.
You've not talked to her?
Yeah. And then she's like, I know, I don't know how to trying to know about it. But I told her, like, there's no change. They said that if I go to the usually bad. Like, this is terrible. Well, it's very hard. This is not like, it's very hard. It's really bad. Like, it's funny and whatnot, but like, it's really terrible. And I'm like, can you get $2 out of there? Okay. And then I told her that, she's like, that's not really bad. She's like, no, I'm not. She's like, maybe you could get that picture I can do.
Later,
The
guys.
camera's like, that's staring at me.
What's that?
The camera's just sitting there staring at me.
Oh yeah. Thanks for reminding me to take that.